guys. We have 2 episodes in a row of the In Between Reads podcast. So, welcome. Hope you are well. Grab a seat, grab a drink, grab a snack. Let me know the drink of the episode. Mine is water, so I'm not gonna throw it in my hydro jug. But that's my drink of the episode, actually. Before we get into the topic of the episode, that's my drink of the episode. My current read, I'm between In Her Own League, which just started it, so not many thoughts, and Play With Me by Becca Mack. I think I did talk about this recent read on the last episode. The reason why you are getting 2 episodes in a row is because I was vlogging my birthday week, which yesterday was my birthday. I'm a year older. I'm 22. But I didn't film too much. It was a very busy week. This next week is actually also going to be very hectic, and so is the next week. Insane. But I just didn't have time. I also wanted to give you guys a February wrap up. That didn't happen. It's going to be with the March wrap up, most likely. But without further ado, I'm still doing a birthday themed video because I still wanted to do this. I wanted to include this in the vlog, but again, it didn't happen. So, as you saw by the title of today's episode, we are doing the 21 things I learned before 22. And I turned 22 yesterday. I know you guys can tell. I look older. I look more tired. My back hurts more. I know. It's insane. I turned 22 yesterday. And you know what? In the beginning of the year, I was kind of dreading turning 22. I kind of felt sad because I have always loved celebrating my birthday. I've loved birthdays. I love getting older. It's just something that I feel like it's a sign of a good life, and maybe a life well lived if you keep living. And I was dreading it a little bit because 21 is a big number. 22 is a big number. It's usually when people graduate college, when they start getting a job, paying taxes, probably, getting a more serious relationship. Who knows? Move across the world. It's a serious number, in my opinion. But it's also can be an unserious number. Where I'm still in college, I'm not very near getting a job. Yeah, not a serious job in my field. I know I don't think I'm anywhere near a serious relationship. Yeah, it's the people's 20s are very different. But I was dreading it. I have to admit, I was not ready. I was like, can we maybe just skip to 23? That feels like a normal number. But recently, a few days before my birthday, I kind of just had this. I just kind of had realization, and I was like, you know what? 22 feels like good, like officially in my 20s number, and that's why I'm feeling the way I was feeling. And here we are. And I became excited because I was like, you know what? Whatever this next year brings, whatever these next 8 year bring in my 20s, or whatever the rest of my life brings, it's all gonna be for a reason. And it can be good, it can be bad, but it's all part of it, and I'm here for the journey. And hopefully that mindset stays for a very, very long time. But before we look towards the future, we're going to be going through the 21 things I learned before 22. There's some unserious points here, but most of these are serious. So let's get to it. Because, I don't know, I'm feeling very inspired today. Like I said, I want to add this to the vlog, but I filmed maybe 3 things, and I was like, this is not going to work. So I still wanted to do this. Is to me was the most important part of the vlog. So that's why I'm doing a podcast episode about it. So the first one, and it might be involved with other ones, is never wait for other people to do something you want to do something you love. And it can be as simple as, I want to go see a new movie, and people are like, oh, we can just see next week. Oh no, sorry, next week. Oh no, sorry, the next week. Oh, we'll just see it when it comes on Netflix. Go on your own. I learned when I moved back here that I love doing things by myself. And part of that is because I'm choosing to do these things on my time, and I'm choosing to this is on my time and because I want to, and I'm doing it because I said I wanted to. And if other people want to join me, that's perfect. But I think doing things on your own and not waiting around for other people to do them is just something that it is hard to do because a lot of people don't like doing things on their own. But I think it is very healthy to not wait around because sometimes you won't get to it, and that's not good either. The next one, I feel like I should have left this one last, but I just had to include it. Love is really all around, like Olivia Dean says. I am not someone who has been in romantic relationships. If it was not obvious, I'm not someone who has been in an official romantic relationship, and I learned over the years that there's literally love all around. I have been able to hold friends for such a long time, really great friends, and I made such a beautiful friendships this year in school. And obviously for my parents, for my family, and I think love really is all around. It doesn't have to come from a boyfriend or from a girlfriend. It just really is everywhere, and even if it's not personal to you, you see it in other people. You see it in your parents who are married. You see it in shows. You see it on the couple in the street kissing. I don't know, but it's really all around, and I think it's such a beautiful thing. And I think that even if it's not in front of, like, I think even if it's not romantic, it's really all around. And I think it doesn't always have to be romantic love. So I agree with Olivia Dean. I realized I forgot to say the song of the episode. Sorry, guys. Interruption. Commercial break. It's Anything by Connor Smith. If you don't know who he is, he's a country artist. Kind of small, kind of not. You guys should check him out. He's pretty good. I used to listen to him all the time, getting back into his music. Okay. Next point. Kind of related to the first one. Making making time for alone time is essential. I cannot I cannot be that kind of person that I cannot be. Oh god, I don't know how I can't always be around people, but I think that even if you can always be around people, I think it's also very necessary to not be around people all the freaking time. I actually think it's so necessary to take time where you're alone, either doing something or doing nothing at all. Just be alone. It doesn't mean you're lonely. It just means you need to be alone with your thoughts or doing something you like. Just be alone. It helps. I promise. It helps to think. Thinking is good, and that's coming from an overthinker. Thinking is good. Number 4 is the pace you're going on, and the pace that you're going at is the pace for you. This is related to the comment I said that your 20s are insane. You have some friends getting married, some friends having babies, some friends moving across the world, and then you have some friends that are still in college, and some friends that are just starting college, and some friends already graduated. Insane. Your 20s are kind of just insanely crazy. I of course I believe people when they said your 20s were crazy, but I was like, they can't be that crazy. Like, I feel like the friends I'm gonna have, like, we're all gonna be in the same path. Mm-mm. No, actually, your 20s are very much what I expected. A little sadder or stressful. Not sadder, sadder. Not sadder. A little more stressful. But they're definitely what people have made them out to be, which is good. I kind of, I did expect the 2012 Tumblr experience. Don't know where that went. But no, that on a serious note, everybody is such in different paths, and just because you are whatever, not on top of your class, not graduating early, doesn't mean you're at the wrong pace. And I think that's very important because as someone who is 22 and is only halfway done through college when people usually graduate at 22, it's a reminder I do need pretty often. And I'm slowly starting to learn that. I think I will get where I want to be eventually. Of course, I'm not going to slag off, but I'm going to get there. And I don't need to, I'm going to get where I'm supposed to be at the right time. Don't force something. If it's not supposed to be now, it's going to be later or maybe never. Who knows? But your pace is a perfect pace. My pace is a perfect pace for me. Number 5 is one that I struggle with. Number 5 and 6 are ones that I struggle with. But number 5, it's okay for things to change. Not everything needs to be controlled, which is also something. Yeah, not everything needs to be under your control. Things need to change last minute. It can be something as stupid as changing the time for a dinner reservation or something pretty big, like suddenly you're moving to a new house or to a new country. Let things change. There's probably a reason for it, and I'm not saying like a divine being. I don't know. Whatever you believe in, things are supposed to change. If it's meant to be, it'll be, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, don't try and control it. Don't try to make it the same. Sometimes things not changing is bad. That's not a sign of progress. A sign of progress is change. Whether it's in you or in your life or anything else, change is good. Number 6 is this one's really important. You might be able to control. Sorry. No, that's not what I was trying to say. People might be able. Jesus. People might be able to control how they react, but so can you. Wow. That one is a hard pill to swallow. I'll say. That one is a hard pill to swallow. But yeah, I don't think there's much to this one. People can control how they react themselves, and so can you. You can control how you react. You can't control how they react. That kind of sucks. That sucks big time. But you can control how you react. And that is more of a better, and that one's more easier said than done. And I get that. That's all I have to say. But here's a fun one after two pretty deep ones. Coffee is for winter, matcha is for summer. If you don't agree, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people do agree, but I don't know. It's just a vibe. Even the flavors feel more for the seasons. Number 8. Ooh, I don't know if this one's a hot take. Money is best spent on experiences than items. As someone who is kind of, I have been spending a lot more money recently. It's kind of scary on stuff. But I do think money is better spent on doing stuff than buying sweet treats. And I'm not saying I don't buy sweet treats. Oh god, I'm the first person to suggest it. But I have had more fun and more satisfaction out of putting my money in experiences like going pottery painting, traveling, whatever, than items. I don't know. That's why sometimes I struggle to get things that I need, but I do think money well spent is money spent on experiences. And I think that's something I am definitely going to be applying to the future, just in general. Because it's going to make choice it's going to make my financial choices a lot easier to make, if that makes any sense. Number 9, I prefer summer/warm weather over winter/cold weather. I have had such a bad time this winter, and it's not even the, less bright sunlight, which, yes, but it's definitely also the temperature. I have learned I'd rather be sweating than freezing cold. And some people say, oh, you're saying that because it's winter, and when it's summer, you'll be saying the opposite. No, I made my decision. I've learned this is one thing things I've learned about myself in my 22 now years of life. I prefer warmth. I much prefer warmth and everything that involves warmth. Number 10, this one kind of also correlates with number 1. Solo traveling is extremely eye-opening and therapeutic. Oh my god, my trip to Ireland shaped me into who I am today. Not much. I mean, no, pretty a good amount. But I think I learned a lot by myself. I put myself out there. A lot of exposure therapy, especially when it came to asking for directions, for example. But oh my god, did I learn a lot by myself? Especially because I had a lot of little alone time to think. That first day was so like bizarre when it came to not having anybody to talk to. I did end up making some friends, but I truly I was there alone. I didn't know anybody, and they didn't know me, which was, I think, also part of the reason why I didn't like. I felt a little more confident is because nobody knew me, and I'm not seeing these people again. So you know what I mean. I just love solo traveling. I want to do it again. Ireland was a country I decided not to wait to go with anybody with, and I went on my own, and I had so much fun, and I am dying to go again. I might go again soon. Depends if my friend makes time for me to go there. I don't know. But solo traveling is really eye opening, and it's something I recommend everybody to do. And I want to do again myself, somewhere maybe even a little bit more culturally different than Ireland, because they speak English. I feel like I'm very familiar with their culture because I'm like obsessed with Ireland, and I feel like there's a lot more I still need to learn. But somewhere a little more different, maybe speak a different language, have a different currency than my country. I don't know, something like that. Number 11. Oh, this one's a good one. Your gut feeling is always right. Or most of the time. Like 97% of the time, your gut feeling is right. And you gotta trust that. You can't ignore it just because you're like, oh, don't give people the benefit of the doubt if you have a gut feeling. Don't give people the benefit of the doubt if you have a gut feeling. Still be a good person. You can give people the benefit of the doubt too. I think listen to both. Give people the benefit of the doubt, but also remember your gut feeling. Like, be aware. But your gut feeling is mostly always right. That's one of the things I've learned. Ooh, this one's good. You won't always have everything figured out. You might have most of your things figured out. Maybe not everything. Maybe you might have not many things figured out, but you won't always have everything figured out. And that's okay. Oh my god, that is so okay. That is so okay. And don't stress about it. Just be okay with not having everything figured out in the same moment. Because that's life. And you're never gonna have everything figured out at 22, at 42, at 62, at 12. You're never gonna have everything figured out. There's always gonna be something out of place. And I think that's life. In my opinion, I think that's life. I don't know. You're not always gonna have. I have nothing else to say to that because I want to just like, yep, hit the nail on the head. Number 13. I kind of talked about this in the beginning of this episode, but a good friendship will withstand anything and everything. I've met really good people recently, and I've had just overall really good people in my life in general. But I have a lot of friends that are abroad. I have my best friend who goes to another university, and also this friend I had been living apart with. I've known her since I don't even like before 8 years old. I've known her since I was probably 6 or 7. Okay, sorry. I've known her since I was like 6. Yeah, because first grade at least. And there was 4 years where I was abroad in USA, and we had that break in our friendship. And I honestly feel like we're closer than ever. So a good friendship will withstand everything. I have friends I talk to like maybe 3 times a year, unless we're in the same area and we're still friends. And I think that's such a good thing. Good thing to realize, like, a good friendship will withstand absolutely anything. Like anything. And also this friend I'm telling you guys about, my best friend, we have gone through together, not against each other, but together through some crap. And I think that's also a good sign of a really good friendship. Number 14. It is kind of related to what this journal is about. Oh, oh yeah. Books are extremely educational, even if it's just a romance. I believe this to my core. Maybe it educates you about something stupid, like I don't know things. I don't know. Oh, I kind of like this in a relationship, but I think romance books go beyond that. They always have some kind of other plot, and especially the deeper books, like kind of maybe Binding 13, or I'm trying to think of other examples. Can't think of anything right now. I feel like, for example, Emily Henry is pretty fiction based more than romance, and in her books you always have some kind of life lesson, especially in books like Happy Place. I think even romance books are educational. And I stand by that. I think I learned that in my 21 years of life that any book is educational in a good way or in a bad way. I'm not going to say that all good books are good education. I'm just saying books are educational. And they can teach you good things, they can teach you bad things, they can teach you sad things, they can teach you happy things. They can reveal something in you that you didn't know about yourself, and that's still you're educating yourself about yourself. Everything and anything. Oh yeah. Oh, this one's a big one too. Avoiding burnout doesn't indicate failure or quitting. I don't think there's much more to say that. I really think that just because you decide to put something on pause or decide to concentrate on something else or just have time for yourself doesn't mean you're quitting on something. And I mean this in a big way. Like you're stopping something. I don't know. Like it's okay to just, for example, it can be big or small. For example, big, pausing your studies to really find yourself. That is just because you're overwhelmed with studies. That's avoiding burnout. That's not failing or quitting. That's no. Or even something small like me forgetting to post last week. I didn't forget to post. I did not have the video. I did not like how the video turned out. That's not failure. I was avoiding burnout because I was just so overwhelmed from last week, the week before this one, that I just needed to pause. That's not failure. That's not quitting. I just think it's avoiding burnout. And I think, sure, sometimes it can be mean failure because then you kind of, sometimes you are quitting. But I don't always think burnout means failure. And, like avoiding burnout, like stopping something. I don't think it means quitting either. Even if you stop doing something, period, I don't think it means you're quitting. I just think you're putting yourself first, if that makes any sense. This one's also fun. Number 16. Even at the ripe age, even at the ripe age of 22 years old, I love being a fangirl. I don't think I've ever loved it as much as I do now. I've been a fangirl of One Direction. I've been a Shawn Mendes girl. I've been a Taylor Swift. Still am a Taylor Swift girl. I am now a Heated Rivalry fangirl. I fangirled over. I've had other stages like Fifth Harmony, Sabrina Carpenter a little bit. I've been a fangirl my whole life. I'm not even gonna deny it. And I think it's something that makes life so fun. You have something to look forward to, something to like be excited about when you like follow an artist. Please don't turn parasocial. But I think being a fangirl is so fun. I definitely learned that about myself. That I love being a fangirl and a fan, and I love being in fandoms. And I also think you find such a good community in fandoms. Obviously, there's always bad, blah 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 blah. But I feel like fandoms can be such a good way to find community. And I think I just love being a fangirl. That's what I just love it. It's such a fun one. Ooh, number 17. It's kind of two, but it's one. It's very important to find a balance between academics and social life. But what I was trying to say, it's important to find a balance between staying in and going out. And I did learn that recently. Last semester, I did not really go out at all compared to my previous semesters. And I felt it. I like going out. I love staying in. Don't get me wrong. I love being in my bed and I love staying in my home. But a good balance between going out and staying in, whether it's with friends or in yourself, whatever. Oh, it's so important. Oh, it's so important for my life, and I feel like for a lot of people's lives. I think take okay. This one's kind of yeah. Number 18. I think it's very important to take risks, and I'm someone that hasn't taken many. I'll be so honest, but not big ones that you can be like, oh my god. But I've taken the risk with deciding to do journalism because I like it, even though it is a profession that is in danger. It always will be in danger, but it's a profession that is in danger. I took the risk of living abroad with my dad for the first time and going to a new school and meeting new people and making new friends. I took the risk of going to Ireland and being there alone for a week as a woman as well and finding my way around on my own or asking for directions or whatever it was and meeting people there and trying to make friends. I took the risk creating this YouTube channel and finding community and making content that I love and making content that people might love. I don't know. Don't let me know if you hate it. Um, and I also found that I really like the social media thing, even though I'm not really that good at it just yet. And I've probably taken many other risks that I can't even think. These are the big ones, right? And they've all brought me good. Maybe some bad. Maybe there was some few bad things. Like in Ireland, I was very nervous and I wore the wrong shoes the first day. And then living abroad, I missed my mom. I had some of my downtimes. I actually had really bad downtimes when I was abroad, but I don't even remember it like that. Now back to YouTube, I've had blocks, big blocks of content, like where like I cannot create content, but they've all brought me such good, and I think taking that risk is very, very important. And I think that I am kind of a scaredy cat, and taking the risk is something I have realized over years is important to take, and I think I do need to start applying it more, not just knowing it, but applying it more. Now, number 19, we're getting to the very end. Number 19, the bare minimum is not enough anymore. And I think this one is definitely more towards the romantic relationships, but it can be in any sense. The bare minimum is not enough anymore, and that's why it's the bare minimum. Yeah. I said what I said. The bare minimum is not enough. It will never be enough. The bare minimum is the bare minimum. And my stakes are pretty high. I mean, my bare minimum is not very high. So if you can't even do a little bit more than the bare minimum, there's a door. Yeah. No, I am at a point that if I am pursuing someone romantically, or they're pursuing me, or anything like that, or even if I just have a crush, I'm not getting old. I'm not getting old, but I am at a stage where if I end up in a relationship, oh boy, I'm not looking to be with someone. I'm looking to be with someone who I can see a future with. I'm not saying getting married or whatever, that's a little bit of a big word, but I'm not looking to be with someone just to break up with them just because we don't match. And that's what I'm trying to say. I want to match in goals, in morals, in the way we are in relationships, like our standards, our dislikes, our likes, whatever. And if that doesn't happen, if the bare minimum, something like that, you can't reach a bare minimum and go a little bit beyond that, yeah. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Nope. Nope. No, I can't. I'm at a point where, and I'm always at that point, but I feel like recently I've been at that point, like very much so. The quality too in dating has been so low. I can't. That's my one thing. The bare minimum is not enough. Number 20 is kind of fun, but also kind of important. Beginning different hobbies and sticking to these hobbies has kept me grounded, which is kind of really crazy. Like, I've only, like, for 3 years, my only hobby was reading. And again, it's kept me grounded, it's kept me sane, it's kept me, like, away from social media for a little bit of time each day. But other hobbies I've started, it's the diamond painting, I've started coloring, I've started. Wait, there was one more thing. I have been collecting hobbies or been trying to journaling and that kind of stuff. And it's really that time away where I probably only play music when I do these things or listen to an audiobook. Oh, those are my favorite times. It's definitely like something that has helped me like disconnect, and I want to keep this for a long, long time. And last but not least, number 21. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes it's never that serious. I hope this video reaches, either if it's now or somewhere in the future, I hope it reaches a teenager, especially teenage girls, because I've been a teenage girl. I hope this video reaches you and you're at this point of the video, and I'm telling you, nothing is ever that serious. Or sometimes it's not always that serious. It's not always that serious. because it's not the end of the world. And like, it's not the end of the world. It's not gonna, like, just because this happened, because just because you failed that test, or just because you failed that class, or just because Jackson or Jake or whatever doesn't like you, or just because whatever, just because you stop being friends with Melissa, I don't know, doesn't mean the world's gonna end. It's never really that serious. And I'm saying this coming from a point where, if you are a teenager, or if you're my age, whatever problem you just had recently and it feels so big, oh boy. I think that it, just think about it. If in 10 years' time you're gonna be like, am I gonna be thinking about this? And the answer is no, it's not that serious. It truly isn't. And you do have to take things seriously. But I'm just saying, like, it's not the end of the world. It's never that serious, and things do get better. And that's my 21 things I learned before 22. I probably have a lot more. But I just, these are the ones I thought of, and that means to me that there are the most important ones that I could think of. And of course, like I said, I just said there could be a lot more, but yeah, I am now 22. Let's see what I learned this year. Hopefully, a lot of good things and not, life lessons. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this episode. It's a little more serious than my other episode videos, podcast episode. I don't know what I'm saying, but I keep saying but. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. I don't know what the next video is gonna be. Do you? I don't know.